Okay, I've gone ahead and cleaned up my drawing, and I'm ready to take the first move, which is to duplicate these two elements so we can create the symmetry of our structure. So I'm going to grab both of these, and I'm going to do copy and paste. And I don't think that it's still working on that, so let's hopefully it'll take the groupings with it. I'm in a run mode, so that's why that took so long. I should have put that on. But it's really not too big a deal. So let's go ahead and we'll leave that. I'm going to pull these off because the wires look really congested looking. And now we've got to think about, well, let's first organize the idea that this is another side. So I'm going to make this a uniquely different color so we can see that it's really the same as what's going on there, but symmetrical, and go ahead and rename these right away. And now these two shapes are sitting right over the top of each other. So what first thing we want to do is get them to offset. So we're going to make a number slider. I lost where that went, or I didn't put it down. There we go. And I'll zoom in here, and we're going to call this the structure width. And this, I believe, is going to run in a negative direction, so let's go ahead and do that. We want to move it towards us. So I'll go negative 100, and we'll step in increments of a foot. I'll close this back up again. And now the idea is to think about, well, where do we want, how will that move over in that direction? So what we want to do is start plugging these in. So let's plug this into the Y and see what happens here on this. I'm not seeing my effect yet. Why? I guess maybe it's an X direction. Let's try that. Oh, I know. I don't have anything. I don't have a value here. Let's get this set off here. There we go. So we are moving in the right direction. So that line is now, that second line is offset in that X direction. I'm sorry about that. So you can see these two are moving off. So we've got those two set, and we need to feed in those corresponding components. I don't think that was right. Control Z. Let's see what we have here. We have feeding into X, and X is fine on that, the first two. And then we need to find the endpoints. Okay, so we have those two set. And we can experiment with that a little bit. We'll just slide those and see if they move over, and they're doing that. Okay, so now the next part, so we've changed our X offset on those four components. And the other component down here is the NURBS curve. And we've got to really think about what we're going to do in order to get that inverted. And one of the things is actually we already have an X command that we actually need to do a little modification to. So let's take a look at this definition again. Be a little more clear if you can see it here. Let me slide up on this. So first of all, we need them to be the opposite of what they are. And then we do this little bit of modification to them. So let's go ahead first and and just modify the y offset by making it a negative. I'm sorry. So we need a code block. And we want to take x and make it a negative x. So let's try to we're going to pull x into here and put x back into there. It's one value, and it should be a negative 34. I'm not seeing it though. It's still over there. I'm going to stop this, and I'll probably redo this, or I'll come back to this when don't waste your time. So let me figure out what I'm doing wrong, and I'll be right back.